Hello, and welcome back to the U Up Podcast. I'm Jordana Abraham.
And I am Jared Freed. It is so good to be back here with you virtually, Jordana. How are you? What's going on? How you been? What's the haps? How you feeling? Now people can know that I ask how you feeling.
Even though I already told you I don't like that question.
I know, I'm sorry. I like it though.
Okay. You like it, yes. Do you know how many? How are you feelings? I get like a week a day. It's like,
is it from Mike? Does Mike do that, or did you tell him not to do that?
No. Mike knows how I'm feeling.
He knows. Oh, he knows how you're feeling.
There's no guesswork but I do get that question. It's like I don't think anyone feels like they can text me without opening with that. And I'm like, you don't have to ask.
I feel
it's
that
okay.
Way. You're right.
It's okay.
If I feel that way, I think most people are feeling that way. And it's really like, this is like how my parents would ask how a girl I'm dating is doing that I haven't really introduced them to yet. They'd be like, how's your friend?
Right.
Like that's how I'm asking how you're feeling. Like,
basically.
How are you feeling? Like slow rolling it. And it's a stupid thing because it's like, you're going to tell me.
I'm going to tell you I'm feeling fine. I am feeling fine. If I wasn't, I probably wouldn't tell you because I wouldn't need you're not the person I would, I'd tell my doctor probably before.
I thought you would tell me.
Do you have any remedies for, pregnancy nausea?
Well, I guess that's why I like you as a person. You're not like, well, I'm not feeling great today. Like that would be my worst nightmare.
It kind of makes me long for the days of BBM statuses because I could just put feeling great.
Right. And just
no
everyone would know. Just blanket.
Yeah.
A-okay. If you're watching on YouTube, I am in Pasadena, California. I had to be out here to do last second to do, a sponsored gig. So I'm on the road. Jordana's out in Long Island. We're on two separate sides of the country here to answer your dating problems and talk about your dating life and your relationship life. So
what a time to be alive.
It really is weird. Like to fly out here, to get up at 8 and then go to the other side of the country and then pop open the computer and do what you would do in New York is crazy.
Yeah. I mean, I've got a story for you, but before we get into that, I did want to know how the gym Halloween party went. So
the gym Halloween I don't know if
that's a quick conversation or not.
It is quick because it was really good. I'm wearing the shirt. They actually thanked me. The Lab in Delray Beach, that's my gym. As you can see the shirt on YouTube. I wear the merch. I love the gym there. I went there yesterday. They were very thankful that I talked about the gym. They did not mention getting called losers for having a gym Halloween party by my co-host.
It's not losery to have the gym Halloween party. It's losery to go to the gym Halloween party.
Good point. You're right. It's in their best interest to have a gym party. Yeah.
This is their business. It's in their interest to do all the more is more.
So it was not on Halloween. I don't know if that helps.
That did help.
Loserdom.
You didn't mention that. When we were recording, I did think it was on Halloween, which made me think it was more losery. And finding out after that it was the weekend before, it did make it less losery in my eyes.
So it was it was on a Saturday from 5:30 to 8:30. I went as the owl, as people saw in our Halloween episode.
People loved you in that costume. You got to get those glasses to wear on a regular basis.
I got so many
sexualized
comments. Feedback.
Yes, people were objectifying you based on those glasses.
Thank God, I've been waiting. Use me for my body, please.
It did kind of transform your look.
Does it?
Kinda. Gives you a different vibe.
But then I would have to wear fake glasses, which nulls it out. Like if red flag or deal breaker, you go on a date with a guy, he's wearing glasses, looks good in them. You find out the glasses were a fashion choice and not because he had bad eyesight.
It's a red flag. I think it's a red flag. He'd have to look really good in them. If he looked great in them, it's just a red flag.
There were people commenting publicly on the internet that I looked like a hot Eugene Levy, which I don't know if I like that description, but
I think it's because I think they were making fun of the fact that you said people say you look like him. Right?
Right. I actually watched, we have a good show. I watched the Halloween episode.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, we have a pretty good show.
Okay, I've never seen it.
When I shut up and let you talk, it's a good show.
Wow.
I was really entertained by the show. I watched because I was so drawn in by the owl. Like, and I kept looking at myself. I was like, it did show well on camera, that costume. Yours did too, but mine specifically.
No, yours was great. Well, how did you, to backtrack, how was the party?
The party was great. They did a wonderful job. They had a DJ that plays an instrument, which I think is like, now that's the standard for DJs. I was at a wedding where the DJ played a saxophone and he did the saxophone while he DJ'd. And that's now the bar. Like, that's now like, and he was booked by my buddy who owns Uptown Social in Charleston. He's like, there's nothing like him. Like, he's unbelievable. Like, no, it was a guy on a saxophone and a DJ. They went together.
Oh, okay.
So it like
I like
added
that more.
an element. Right. This guy was a DJ who had a guitar and was singing. Like, I mean, us millennials, we are working our asses off. We're playing music, we're DJing, we're serving drinks. So they had an open bar, which was like beer and wine and mixed and like spiked seltzers. And then they had some food out, like, grocery store sandwiches and a smoke machine, music, everyone was dressed. Yeah. And I was like, here's the thing. And this is like, as you
smoke
age
machine is like,
I'm
trying at this party. I'm going to put in effort.
Right. It actually added an element of like sexiness to it. Like it made it a little less weird to like
be at the gym,
make a 5:30 party at the gym a little hot. Just rolling. And I got a Tootsie Pop to suck on because I changed it from just a wise old owl. I made it the Tootsie Pop owl.
Okay. Good call.
A 1, a 2, a 3. That commercial that's been on for 100 years. So, it is that moment where you're like, you're coaching yourself up. You're like, talk to people. Okay, Jared, don't be a loser. Go talk to people. Introduce yourself. Like, you have to really go back to your like 3rd grade social skills to like try and zhuzh up unnatural conversations that become more natural. Like it was easier to talk to couples. Like, I didn't talk to there was a couple groups of women, but I didn't really go up to them. I just like went up to the couples. And I'm like, I must have sounded like I was like looking for a third. Like, I must have sounded like a real loser.
As an owl.
But yeah, as an owl with my lollipop. Yeah. Hey, what's happening? And my brother and his wife said that it was brave of me, which I don't know if I want that designation. That's like the hot Eugene Levy of designations. I don't know if that's a compliment or if that's.
I agree with your brother. I do think it's brave.
Right. I agree with him too, which is the saddest part.
Well, listen, you're putting yourself out there.
Well, it's like if you wear something,
alone.
You don't want some. Well, I know, but if you wear something, you don't want someone to go, well, that's brave of you. That's like an insult. Like,
I think it's brave to go anywhere alone, personally, but I'm like, extremely codependent, I guess. But I just think it's like you're not relying, you know what I mean? You're relying on your own personality and your own self.
I really had to bring it. I really had to like find, and everyone was very nice. And it was like, I tried like dance, there's just an owl dancing by himself, trying to like move my feet a little bit, my hips. So I didn't look like I was just a wallflower, but like, I don't know. It's like one of those things. It's like, when you see someone like going nuts at a party, like they have support, like they have friends there that are egging them on. Like,
yeah.
I don't know. Like, you can't really, I don't think you can do too much without coming off like a piece of shit weirdo. Like,
that's why it's brave.
Right. That's why it's brave. There's a subtle fine line. So it was a fun party. I did not like being called brave for going. If I do get in a relationship and I'm with someone at a holiday party, I will go up to the people alone. I will remember what it's like. Remember this day.
You're like the kid who is bullied, who stands up for the bullied kid because they know what it feels like.
I will remember this. I felt it. I gotta say, I felt it, and I wasn't drinking.
Right.
Stone sober.
That's brave.
Club soda.
Everything you're saying makes you sound more and more brave.
I know. And it's like, you do have the talk with yourself afterwards. Good. You did a good thing. You did. It's like, and I think single people, if you're like of a certain age at a certain point where your friends are kind of doing their own thing and you're like, I just got to do something because otherwise I'm at home watching a movie.
Right.
I think people would understand like this push you give yourself that like feels uncomfortable. You're satiated because you're like, wow, I can do it. But I didn't come away with like an arm full of women, like.
What was the most popular costume?
There was a woman wearing a costume that she looked like she was dressed as one of the magnets on my fridge.
Wow.
Big tits and big ass, like blown up. So the big boobs were blown up and the ass was blown up. I was like, she wins costume of the decade for me.
That's really funny.
But mine was a bit of a hit. I got a lot of like, whoa!
Brave to wear that heavy and thick of a costume in Del Rey.
I was sweating it out, but in Del Rey you can wear shorts and a t-shirt underneath. This
right.
You're out of the maybe I need to wear a jacket over my costume game.
That's true.
How was your Halloween? How did you get people?
So I went to Aruba.
Ronnie wear any? Oh, you were in Aruba. I knew this.
Where Halloween is not a thing, so it was like Halloween didn't exist. The island was like relatively empty. I guess no one with kids would go to Aruba on Halloween because they don't do Aruba there.
It's probably the best time to travel.
It was it was definitely well priced.
Right.
Better service, I think, because there were just less people there. So I liked it. And like very few children. Like there were like some little babies, but like
that's anyone all that would be there.
Right. Because like as a kid, you wouldn't be like, if your parents were like, we're going to somewhere where they don't celebrate Halloween on Halloween, you'd be like, fuck off.
Even if you went somewhere where they did, you'd be like, my friends, I had a costume. Like, yeah, you'd be pissed. What the fuck? I had a Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle costume I was going to wear.
Exactly. So pro tip, go away Halloween weekend if it's ever again.
I think
if it's
ever
really
on a
weekend again.
Well, I mean, I think go Halloween week, whatever. I mean, like for all these travel accounts, not one, wouldn't you think that would be like someone we've heard 1,000 times? I've never heard that.
Yeah. No, it's weird.
Well,
it's cool.
I'm happy you had a good trip. So were you calling it a baby moon? Is that part of the...
I mean, I called it a baby moon to the hotel so that they would give us something free. Like, when they're like, are you celebrating
Leave
anything?
It to Jordana.
Of course.
Oh, we're celebrating.
Free tickets. But I told them it was a baby and they're like, oh, do you know what you're having? I'm like, oh yeah, it's a girl, blah, blah, blah. And then they gave us I think it was funny because they asked all these questions about it. And then they left like some chocolate covered strawberries in the room, which was really nice. But it said there was a whole note about how we were celebrating our honeymoon. So
okay,
they got it wrong. But
they're like shotgun marriage.
Yeah. So I guess still too many people at the hotel to get it correct. But it was it was nice. It was very relaxing. Aruba has great weather. I went to another one of Jared Freed's restaurant recommendations. You should start your own restaurant Instagram.
I can recommend. No. I think of a person I'm like one of those like niche recommenders. I got to know your personality. I got to know, how, what sex the baby is. I got to know everything to be able to like send you to a restaurant. So
yeah, you're 2 for 2. We like the second one too. Yeah.
Wacky Wahoo, great restaurant in Aruba. Horrible name, great restaurant.
Horrible name, weird location, great restaurant.
Well, it's next to my favorite place. Where was it next to?
The sex shop.
Yes, that's where I get all my goodies.
Yes. I think it was called like Sexology or something. It was like right next.
Aruba's a weird place. Yeah. It's truly weird, but a great time, great weather. I love that. So hold on, you had a story for me. You had something that you want to tell me.
So a story. It's not really my story. It's my friend Liza, who's been on the show. She's a stylist. She got an email from someone who said he was an NHL player. I was looking for styling, right?
Okay.
And here's my game for you. The game is called Sincere or Scam. Okay.
Ooh, I like this. I think any message, I am hot on a scam. I love every message. I am suspicious.
sincere or scam. So she gets this email from this guy. He says he's looking for styling. And then she's like, great. She's like, we'll give him the info. We'll set up a Google Meet. He says, I can't do it. He's like, I'm really bad with Google Meet. Can we FaceTime?
I will say this. Let me start. I'm sorry to interrupt. I hope this doesn't hurt the story at all. Google Meet, hate it.
You would see the same thing you're saying.
I actually, anytime I've done Google Meet, it has ruined the meeting for me. I have had meetings where I'm angry from minute one because of Google Meet. I think it's the worst of the options. Every time they're asking me to download an app, I could go on and on, but I won't.
Okay. That's good to know.
Yeah, that is something where I'm like, I feel this guy. Okay.
To me, it seemed a little suspicious, but fine. You agree.
But I'm just saying I've had bad experience with Google Meet, and you wouldn't expect it. You're like, it's Google. Like, how do you...
Right.
You know? Like, okay. But go ahead.
So he's basically like, I have a busy day. Let's plan a FaceTime tomorrow morning. And then he starts like hitting on her. He gets her number because he's like, let's FaceTime instead. And then he starts messaging her on WhatsApp, which is weird.
So he gets the number, moves it to WhatsApp.
Mm-hmm.
I should be like a detective for like women dealing with men doing stuff like this.
Right.
Like I am so tuned into this. I love that you brought this to me. Okay, so
I figured you'd be the perfect person, right?
Oh, I am so happy. So reaches out over Instagram, says no to Google Meet.
No.
Let's exchange.
Reaches out over email. Sends her an email.
This is a professional blowjob receiver. Okay.
From a Gmail account. That's like
okay, but that's
the name.
That's pretty crazy in itself.
Whatever, yeah.
Okay, but that's also secretive. Go ahead.
Yeah. So he emails her, asks for her number because he prefers FaceTime over Google Meet. She gives him the number. He starts messaging her on WhatsApp.
Yeah, I don't like this.
Which is weird for an American to do, I think. Is he Canadian? I don't know.
Whatever he is, it's weird to switch platforms. Switching platforms is a cheating guy thing to do, okay?
Okay.
For the women out there, if you start at Google, again, fool me once, fine. Fool me twice, there's a little bit of shame on me, like it's because when you start with email, which is already weird, why wouldn't he DM? How'd he find her information?
Probably from Instagram.
What was the initial email of how he found her information?
Let me see if it says, because I asked
because
for
that's
all
important
this information.
Too. Yeah. I was so annoyed because I was like watching this like TikTok of like Bethany Frank. I'm like all my TikToks are either Bethany Frankel or like a beaver kissing its babies or something.
Well, all your TikToks say more about you than they do about TikTok. Do they not?
Thanks for the reminder.
It's like, it's like you telling the story about your dad. All I'm seeing is are huge asses.
That's from the stand-up special that hasn't come out yet.
Sorry.
Bethany Frankel was like discussing what men do in dating based on what the girls on Giggly Squad said. And I was like, not one man do they have weighing in. Like, it's like not one dude.
Well, that's why you're here.
That's why I'm here. I was like, how about, and I commented, I got so angry. I was like, how about you guys listen to one guy? I can tell you exactly what's going on here. Like in 5 seconds, there's no guessing. I can tell you.
Right. Straight
from the penis's mouth. Okay. So we started.
Okay. So he emails her. Basically is like, I saw you do, you've done like, one of the other players' wives told me you styled her. I'm reaching out.
Okay.
Right. She said I should reach out to you. I'm looking for some post-game, I'm paraphrasing, event outfits, whatever it is.
This makes sense. So that actually makes sense. Okay. It's not weird yet. The wife gave me your email, suggested this. Right. That's actually like a good sign for him not fucking around.
Yeah. I don't do Google Meet. Can I have your number? Mm-hmm. Well, let's FaceTime. I prefer that. Okay. She gives him the number. He messages her on WhatsApp. Hi, Liza. This is blank. Saw your latest response. Figured I'd reach out directly. Glad we're able to connect. Looking forward to our call tomorrow. And then the next day she FaceTimes him and he doesn't answer at like the 10 a.m., whatever time they were supposed to do. And then she's like, hey, are you on like the East Coast, I guess, to make sure that she got the time right. And he says, hi, good morning. I got pulled into some unexpected training. So unfortunately, I'll need to reschedule to tomorrow. Apologize for the late notice here. And before this happened, weird, right? Who gets an unexpected training?
My brother works for a team. That's not how professional sports work.
Right.
It's like everything is like it's planned out. Like, like there's no like, get out of your bed. Right. You're going listen, pledge, bitch. You're going to, we're doing a run.
Right.
Like, that's not how it works.
It's like a professional thing. Yeah. And it didn't, that seemed weird to me. And then, so the night before, she had followed him on Instagram to like see what his style is currently.
Makes sense.
And then they start messaging. He says, I'll send you a few photos later today so you have some general sense of my style. She says, I was looking through your Instagram to get a better sense, but if you have other pictures, that's great. And then he asks if she's ever worked with athletes before, which is weird because he's already said he got her from a player's wife. Fine.
Right.
And then she tells, she's worked with a few people, blah, blah, blah. And then he says, love to hear that. 10 a.m. tomorrow works for me. They're rescheduling. And for what it's worth, now that I see your WhatsApp photo, you are gorgeous for the record. Just being honest. Ever dated a hockey player before? Like, smiley face.
Wow.
Okay. And then she goes, are you well? That's her response.
Why did you say that?
And then she said he asked multiple times if she'd styled hockey guys before. And then the weirder thing is that she gets a message from some other stylist she knows who's like, hey, I noticed that you're like following this guy on Instagram. He had actually reached out to me like yesterday to style him. And then he started like hitting on me in the middle of like trying to coordinate this styling session. And then she said then she got the screenshots from this woman.
Right. So this is a thing. This is what he does. This is his like.
So you think it's sincere, not a scam, not like someone pretending to be him.
Oh.
That was like where we were going back. Because first I was like, oh, this guy's like dumb and like a creep.
Right. Well, it makes no sense. Yeah. Because of the second woman and because it comes over email. So it's not like an Instagram account.
Right. He's not messaging him from his verified Instagram account.
Right.
And doesn't follow her.
Could just be
on Instagram.
I mean, the email and the email could be like name.last name at, whatever. It doesn't have to be.
I asked for that too. It was like first name, last name, NYC number @Gmail.
Oh, no. This is bad. I think this is a scam.
You know, it's a scam.
I think it is. And I think it's a good scam because
who's scamming stylists.
Stylists, and it's like so specific and niche. Like, and also before we started taping, you mentioned
who it is, right? Well, I wanted to bring it to you also because you guys she was like, oh, she was looking at it. She goes, oh, the only person I see follows him mutually, like they follow each other, is Jared.
Yeah, he's such a niche guy, like that. I don't know him well. I told you I knew him from. Look at now, it sounds like I'm lying. Like I don't know him. I swear. No, I only know he came to a show and he's a professional athlete. I'm wooed by that too, just as much as a woman would be. I'm like, cool, he's cool.
Right.
Pro hockey player
and
likes me. Thinks I'm funny.
Yeah, I think that's what she got from like, oh, he wants me to style him. Great. He's like, and he's like just the right level of big. He has like 50,000-ish followers where it's
and he has money.
Yeah. He's not like the most famous hockey player who's ever lived.
Right. And he has money to hire a stylist. So like, I think this is a scam.
You think it's a scam? But what's the end game?
Because
I guess
the end game would be to like get, can I use your credit card before I use mine? I don't know. Like
But why
I would run away from this.
Oh yeah, no.
What's that?
She's definitely. I think that the conversations have ended. But like,
right?
Why make it about like dating and like sexualize it if you're looking for money and you're going after a stylist, or this is like an excuse to DM some or to message someone?
I have come to terms with the idea that kinks are so like varied that like that. There must be people out there that just getting a woman to agree to things like that, like to like to trick a woman turns a guy on. Like maybe that's part of it. Or there's a money angle. Like the money angle is still afoot. I don't know what that angle would be, but like that's still an option.
Right. Well, to the other girl in the message, he's talking about like where he's located. And then he's like, oh, if you come here to do the stuff, like I'll pay for the hotel.
So what, she's just going to show up and it's not going to be the guy and she's going to fuck the random dude?
That's my question. Like what's the...
Or murder her. I mean, murder is always an option.
Yeah.
It's very murdery. I mean, like hotel, come, this way. I don't know. I mean,
this is even report this is a good guy for the Are We Dating the Same Guy Facebook group. I found one.
This is where it makes sense. Right. This is where, like, hey, has anyone got an email from this guy to do stylist? I mean, like,
right. I don't think it's
so
him.
Funny.
I almost want to like tell him so that if it's not him, so he knows someone's like out there.
Should I message him?
Maybe. And then it'll be funny if he was like, oh, that's me. Actually,
that's me.
Yeah,
I got a thing for stylists that have families that are happily married. Like this is like
it's like kids.
Her whole life is on there. Like Liza, if you follow Liza, like it's not like you
can see she has kids. She's a husband. She's like, she's in the suburbs. Like,
right. You'd really have to be a piece of shit. Like,
right. That's what I'm saying. It just seems like a weird person to like go after in that way. I would almost the monetary angle would make more sense to me of like not hitting on them and then just being like, oh, like I'll pay for it. You send me whatever they do on Facebook Marketplace with like the clothes or whatever.
But maybe that's like part of the scam is like that you get them to like love you and be intoxicated by your fame and
right. And the styling is just a reason to reach out. That seems slightly harmless at first.
But also that's what gets the money to you. Like that they fall in love with you and they're like, I'll just give you my, like, I don't know.
Right.
I'm happy you come to me with these scummy, like only Jared would know. No, I am happy.
I think we're both leaning like scam, not the real person.
Scam, not the real person. But I could message the guy, just be like, hey man, I have a friend who received an email from you. They thought maybe it was a fake person.
Yeah. That was pretending to be you.
I generally don't like to insert myself into these things. I would run away from this as fast as possible, but
yeah, I mean, I don't think she's going to be styling him after that.
No,
that's like a pretty big red flag, but
she's not like, well, if anyone needs styling, go to Liza.
Liza Lieberman. Check it out.
Keep it professional.
Try not to sexualize it immediately. Right. But yeah, the FaceTime thing, and then like saying you have the practice, I think is like also sketchy. I still just don't know why you would do that.
It sounds very much, it's like Nev Schulman out of Catfish, type of story. Just all that switching. Every Catfish story, it's always switching venues. It's always email.
Right.
Like, I guess we're on
today.
WhatsApp now.
Yeah.
Right. Can't talk today. It's always changes schedule.
Right. Here's a picture that I found on Google of me. Yes. Anyway, I'm glad I brought it to the expert.
Thank you. Yeah. Let's do the show. Before we get to the show, I'm on the road, Durham and Charlotte. I think Durham needs some help. Fort Lauderdale has not been selling well. Would love Fort Lauderdale. If you're going for Thanksgiving to South Florida, visit some relatives, great thing to do during your trip. Get away from them or bring them, and then I do all the talking and I make fun of my parents, so they're basically making fun of yours. So Fort Lauderdale, Miami, Columbus, Royal Oak, Michigan, Orlando, San Diego. These are all dates coming up. JaredFree.com, JaredFree.com. I'm doing the shows. I mean, like, right now, I'm about to head on a worldwide adventure here. I'm going L.A.
You're in L.A., yeah.
In L.A., Milwaukee, Minneapolis, Chicago. I'm going to go to the Bears game on Sunday. I've been bringing our producer V to tape behind the scenes. So we're making videos of like the weekend. You can go watch my DC weekend. I had a guy that kept asking me for tickets during the whole lead up to the show. Okay. So you can see what it's like to get asked. And he was like, what time, like the guy who asked you for tickets, actually, I'll tell you after
the guy who knows nothing.
Well, it's a guy who knows you. This guy kept coming at me for tickets, and then I was like, yeah, that's okay. And then I had to like, he was like, well, we have a dinner first, and I don't know if the dinner is going to go long. I'm like, I don't need all this information.
Oh, I remember this. Yes. No good deed. No good deed.
No good deed. So, yeah, that's on YouTube if you want to see what it's like behind the scenes. What are we talking about today?
Let's get into our show. All right, let's get into our emails. I'll read the first one.
Go for it.
Hi, J&J. I've got a weird one for you. Love a weird one. After years of listening to your great advice and finally owning my shit, I started dating someone seriously, and now we're 6 months in, exclusive, and officially boyfriend and girlfriend. She did it. She did it.
Made it.
For context, I'm
She's
32.
Got the almost ring, not really.
Yes, she's off of the apps.
There you go.
Context,
we did it.
Yeah. For context, I'm 32, was single for 5 years, and consider myself hyper independent with a very active social life that I usually share on my socials. Over the last couple of years, I realized I was finally ready for a serious relationship. My boyfriend is 35. We share the same values. We laugh a ton. We spend time together, blah, blah, all the good stuff. But now I'm thinking, is this the end of my independence? Being single has been my identity for so long. Funny dating stories for the group chat, choosing myself first, and proudly resisting the idea that I needed a man to be whole. I am happy in my relationship, truly. But last night, my friend asked, so when are you going to hard launch your boyfriend on Instagram? My immediate reaction was, ew. Why is that a milestone? Why does having a boyfriend mean I now have to perform it online? Then this morning, I saw a trend asking, is having a boyfriend embarrassing now? And honestly, I felt weirdly validated. Like, yes, why does showing off a relationship suddenly feel cringe? So J&J, how do I keep my main character energy while also having a love interest in the cast? Maybe these are just new relationship jitters, but the independent woman in me can't help but see these trends and actually wonder, is having a boyfriend embarrassing now? Love you both, a newly in a relationship girl who still wants to feel like herself. Okay. Have you seen this trend? This embarrassing boyfriend is embarrassing trend?
Yes. I saw the trend on TikTok, and it was like, it was done in a fun way. Like, it was people in relationships finding out that, you know, Vogue told me it's embarrassing to have a boyfriend, so they're like kicking their boyfriend off to the side. Like, I think that's a fun look at the subject. And then I read this email and I liked the person emailing. Like, I genuinely understood her plight. Like, in a very like relatable, like, hey, I have this one lifestyle. I actually felt like I related to the person.
Okay.
Because it's like, you know, I've kind of built this brand and now I got this new person and I kind of have to like figure out who I am in this new thing. Like that like is all like relatable and worthy questions to be asked.
Right.
Then I went to the Vogue article and I was really bothered by it. And I would like to hear your opinion on the Vogue article, which we will link. And I'm going to be vulnerable and tell you that I didn't like how it felt to read. Like I actually like the beginning brought up like a lot of like worthwhile questions of like, you know, posting your boyfriend and making people jealous. And then it like, and like the jealousy amongst maybe women that, you know, who's in a relationship, not in a relationship, and those things that are hard to admit. And then, and again, that could be for, you know, I guess it's a very female kind of subject, but then like all of a sudden the end of the article is like, and we can blame how horrific men are for all of this. And I'm like, where did this come from?
Well,
you know, and I understand where that comes from, but like, I want to hear your perspective because tell me I'm wrong, I guess, is like my, what do you think of the article in this email?
I thought it had some interesting points. I think it's sort of, to me, it was like an interesting way that maybe times to illuminate the way times have changed, where like it used to be the end all be all to be in a relation. I mean, we talked about this all the time. When women get the ring, they're like dancing in the streets and their friends are like lifting them on a chair and
totally
pretty casual for men. So I think to see that that's like no longer the thing. I mean, I told you, we've had our episode with Heather Graham that was about burning the list, which was from a Vogue article from probably 10, 12 years ago that was titled, I'm 26 and I have it all except for a boyfriend. So like, this is like 12 years later, how times have changed. Right.
Right.
In some ways.
And it's also why I don't trust the article. The article
from the same publication.
Right. It's the same publication. It falls flat on its face, the argument of how horrible all these men are, but I need a man or I want a man.
What was the part where you read where it felt like there was like saying men suck?
Towards the end of the article, it just goes into like that I don't want to post my relationship because of how hard it is for women out there.
I think it's like, I don't want to make people jealous. I thought that was like kind of.
Well, it started at that. And I kind of understood that based on like, you can post a kind of like a tone deaf version of like your life. And I think that's something that like people end up doing. And, you know, like, I think like there was just a lot there. And then towards the end of the article, it goes into like, well, it just felt very like anti, man.
Relationship?
And not even relationship, just like that, like we have all these amazing people and there's such garbage out there from men. And maybe I'm hearing things I'm not. Maybe I'm hearing the noise and I'm being.
I didn't read it that way.
Take that away. Yeah. So that's, I'm okay being told I'm being too emotional on it.
I mean, I read it as like dating is really hard and it's really hard for a lot of people. And like, I don't want to be like rubbing this in someone's face, which to me is it's just interesting because it's a very different sentiment than it's embarrassing to like be in a relationship and have a boyfriend. Those are like two opposite things. Do you know what I mean? So to me, it's like the hard part is reconciling them. Like, it doesn't feel like it could be both because they seem completely on the opposite ends of the spectrum. One side is like, it's embarrassing because like, we don't like care about having a boyfriend or men or like any of that stuff. But on the other side, it's like, no, it's actually like the opposite of it. It's like what everyone wants. So we're being rude by bragging about it.
That was my point with the article. That was the confusing part because it starts on that jealousy issue, which like I totally like could understand why someone feels that way. I have friends that are going through it and I want to make sure that I'm like not being, I want to acknowledge that they're looking at my stuff. And I also don't want to sound like an out of touch asshole. Like anyone who's in a relationship, not in a relationship, whatever you do, we don't post in a vacuum where nothing you can do is wrong. Like your post can be asshole-ish, like
100%. But I think that's true of anything that you're posting on social media that like is
right.
You could post about nice vacations you're going on and someone else can't go on them. You could post about your kids. Someone else can't have kids. Like anything you post about, I think has that. And that's why it's lame to be too into anything. Like it's lame to like, you know what I mean? To only show like your kids on Instagram is like kind of lame. To only show like your nice fancy car, or your first class trip or whatever it is. Like that's kind of embarrassing. To only show pictures of you making out with your boyfriend. Yeah, that's embarrassing. Like I think kind of like the way you're doing it is that can come off as like embarrassing or tacky.
You bring up the point that I kind of got to, whereas like, with social media now, with TikTok, we are if you want a following, because to me, this was more about people with followings, this article, like is it embarrassing to have a boyfriend? Because they talk to an influencer or a content creator and she's saying that like, I lost followers the minute I got a boyfriend, and people are saying that, oh no, don't tell me you're dating someone. And I think this is like, to me, TikTok encourages you to do the same thing every day. And if you go on TikTok and
because that's your thing,
it becomes your thing. And if your thing is men suck, dating sucks, we're the victims here and they're the oppressors as men in this dating thing, the minute you get a boyfriend, you have to turn on your brand.
Right.
And she kind of hints at that, like, but I thought her version of it, the emailer, was way more relatable because it's like, she's like, I'm just independent. It was way more positive.
Right.
Like it was way more like, hey, I'm independent. I like my life. And I don't think that for this emailer, that has to change. Like you do have to do a bit of a rebrand. Like I think if you like posting, when you post as a normal human being and not just someone chasing an algorithm, you're posting the next episode. Like like personally, I want to be in a relationship because I want the next episode in my life. Like I'm in repeats right now. I've said this on this show, and I think that if someone's annoyed by me, they'd be like, well, that's something you say, but your actions don't show it. And I'd be like, well, I do believe that. I want that. And it's got to be right for me to move into that next episode.
Right.
But the next episode on my Instagram will include that. Like it would include things I'm annoyed at in a relationship.
Yeah.
That's my life. Like I'm not chasing an algorithm. I'm doing what I think is funny for my life. Some people will say to me, they'll go, well, what are you going to do about the dating shtick when you're getting a relationship? I'm like, I'll do the I'm in a relationship shtick. I'll do the Jared shtick.
Yeah. I think that's a thing too. Yeah.
Right. Yeah. like there's funny things about that shithole, too, so I don't know. I kind of like,
no, I think you make a great point.
I just looked at this as like, if you're out there doing the I hate dating, I hate men thing, like there is going to be a moment where you're going to have to deal with and I think she's dealing with this in a smaller way. She's probably wondering, was I being performative because it got me likes and it got me attention when I tell my stories? Did I really mean it? Did it mean it in a different way? And this is my issue with social media right now in general is like everything's written in ink and then no one allows for growth. Like the jokes I would make at 25 are not jokes I would make at 40.
Right.
And I think there's a group of people out there that go, well, you were 25, you knew better. It's like, no, I didn't. Sorry.
Yeah.
In the same way, this woman was happy to be independent and on her own. And I think she's going to be a different type of independent on her own, but with a boyfriend. Like, I think that's beautiful.
Right. Yeah. No, I agree with that. And I think that like the lamer thing to do is to maneuver your life around what does better on the internet.
Right.
and not like vice versa.
Right. And she's going to have to and I see this with like influencers that get in a relationship. I see it. Like all of a sudden they're doing content about advice to single people that they would have done when they were single. And you go, I guess the relationship doesn't have as much fun and games, that we could talk about, like they're not getting the hit they were getting before. And I think for this woman, like I saw like my friend's Halloween family pictures and I was truly like loved every second of it. Like when I saw my friends celebrating Halloween with their families, I was like, this is awesome. I was interested in the kids' costumes. I wanted to know like why they made the decisions they did. Like
you didn't comment embarrassing.
Right. Whoa, these losers. Yeah, no. Someone became old.
Yeah,
that would make me the dick.
I think when you start living your life for like the commenters or the people online, that's when like you need to reevaluate your relationship with the internet.
Right.
Because if your friend was an influencer, maybe someone would write that. I don't know.
Right. I guess. Well, they would say to you, I hope you didn't get a boyfriend. I would assume that a commenter would say that as a tongue-in-cheek thing, but it would also be, oh, you're leaving me.
Right.
And I was duped into coming here. I thought we were in this together. I thought we were both going to be alone forever. Me liking your angry posts and you making angry posts. And it's like, no, that's not what this was at all. But to her and her email, like she's like worried about not being independent. I think that's like a little bit of like cold feet. I think like to me, you can be independent and have a relationship. Yeah, don't do that.
Yeah. I mean, clearly you're in a relationship because this person makes you happier. So like, don't overthink it. Just live your life.
I think, but I think that article, it really did annoy me. I didn't like it. It made villains out of nothing, like to me. Like that's kind of maybe my issue.
Yeah. To me, the villain is like the person who's like over posting about anything. It's like just live anything, and again, I think I listed all those examples before. It's like, but also, even if you are that person, that's who you are. So like, that's who you should be. If like your boyfriend is your whole life, that should be how it's reflected online. And whether it's lame or not should be like, that's who cares?
Well, also just because you get a boyfriend doesn't mean like it's your whole life. Like it doesn't have to be just because some people are doing it. Yeah. And now we sound like we're like their parents just because everyone's doing it. Let's do a petty or prudent.
All right, let's do it. You want to read it?
And petty or prudent is our game that we play. You have a breakup and you handle it a certain way. Are you being petty or are you being prudent? Was it necessary to do it that way?
Did it have to be done?
Right. Feather, long time, first time. I love listening to you guys on my long commutes, and your hilarious banter and relationship perspectives are so relatable and refreshing. Thank you. Petty or prudent for you guys, I canceled his appointments. Years ago, I was married after 5 years of dating my college boyfriend. A year into the marriage, things fell apart when real life hit, and I finally realized he was extremely selfish and wasn't willing to put in the work a marriage requires. After a year-long separation to work it out, counseling, etc., we divorced. The split was very difficult on me, and I was pretty accommodating to avoid conflict at the end. I even took on our pricey lease, credit card balance, and all our expenses to make a clean break. Side note, while in the marriage, we bought a car that I paid for and took after we split that I drove for a few years. Flash forward 7 years later, I'm now happily married and feel so lucky for how things turned out. About 6 months ago, I started getting emails from the same dealership that we bought the car from stating that his service appointments were confirmed, including multiple reminder emails. Turns out he went to the same dealership and purchased a new car for himself, and my information was somehow still connected to the new account. I unsubscribed from the emails multiple times, blocked the sender, and even called the dealership to get my info removed. But to no avail. The emails kept coming for his new appointments. I never reached out to him because I have no interest in chatting, but after months of receiving these emails, one day I had enough. I decided to hit cancel appointment. I got another email the next day confirming his new rescheduled appointment and went ahead and canceled that one too. The emails stopped after that, and I'd assume he figured it out. I thought this was hilarious and pretty tame, all things considered, but I'm wondering what you guys think. Petty or prudent that I canceled my ex's car service appointments without telling him after months of reminders? An engine light off betch. So what do you think?
This one is kind of a tough one, in my opinion, because like on the one hand, whatever she did got the emails to stop coming. It's prudent.
Right. That's prudent.
Solved the problem, right? In order to do that, she had to inconvenience the ex through which he somehow realized that it was her email on the appointment things instead of hers. Could she have just continued to receive the emails for the rest of her life and just ignored them? Is it like, it's like an email? It's not like she has to like go somewhere. Yeah. Would I have done it this way? I think I'd feel too weird about it. So probably not. I think it's both petty and prudent somehow.
It's interesting you said, I was wondering what you would think, because I started like writing out my answer and I'm like, I think this is petty, but with things considered.
Okay.
If we're living in a world where the only way he could find out about the problem was to either get a text from you or that you canceled all these appointments, then it's petty. Like, I guess we're living in a world where he has no idea this is happening, is the world I live in.
Right. That seemingly, yeah. I don't see why he would. I don't think he gave them her email.
Right. He didn't want this to happen. He didn't want to bother you. And she's writing based on this, like, it seems like this breakup, she says, it was hard on her and she did a lot to make it go away. Like, paid money. She gives a lot of details on, it seems as though she was the one that was like scorned in this whole divorce, which I have no doubt that's how she feels. And that's what I'll trust her on that. But she's like, I don't want to chat about it. To me, the easier route is one text to send to him.
Even though it's been 7 years.
Hey, this is weird. But like canceling the appointment.
Right. And she tried to call she did what she was, I would have done what she did first, which was call the dealership.
Right.
She said she tried that, Didn't work.
I would be so mad at the dealership.
Yeah. I could see really not wanting to text him just because, like, let's say I hadn't, if you look back, let's say we look back on the text, and the last text I sent was 7 years ago and it was like piece of shit, blah, blah, blah.
Fuck you.
Hey, I'm getting your emails. Like, I do think,
right.
I could see putting myself in her position. I don't think I would do this because to me, it could potentially just start more drama. Like, let's say he like found out and got mad and it became like a thing, but it did work. So
it did work. And honestly, you know, I think of a story I've told here before, I think, where you just want to like scare him away enough that it ends. Like she did. Maybe I'm coming back to prudent because what she did alerted him that this was going on. And that should be enough of like a smoke signal.
Right.
To make it go away forever. Like her canceling it twice. He goes, oh shit. It must be going to my ex. Like maybe that's how he found out.
Right. That's clearly how he found out. Yeah.
Right. And then he's like, I gotta make and then it stops happening because you go, the last thing he would want in the world is to like bother her, in my opinion, based on what's been said to us. Like I remember when did I tell you the story of Thanksgiving? My grandmother, she had dementia and my grandmother had dementia late in life. And I was staying at my parents' house. So I was like home from college, I think.
You got into bed with her?
She got into bed with me.
Oh, okay.
It'd be weird if I got into bed with her.
I don't know. It was maybe Thanksgiving Eve. You got confused.
Things got hot. I felt fat. I was like, Nana, let me cuddle up against you.
Maybe you were drunk. You didn't, I don't know.
You won't remember.
In the wrong room. Whatever. Anyway.
Right. I was in bed and she got into bed with me, not knowing where she was in the house. And I remember like there's like a way where I could be like, Nana, get the fuck up. You're in my bed, which is like, I don't really want to have that conversation.
Yeah.
So instead I just went like this. Like I turned over, I go, ah! And I felt her like jostle
and realize where she was.
Run away.
Okay. Yeah, I think that's prudent.
That's kind of, so I can't, was I petty to do that to my grandmother? I don't think so. Was she petty to do this to him? I don't think, maybe I'm taking it back.
Right.
I guess it was prudent.
Couldn't you have, I mean, like in your original line of thought, couldn't you have like quietly nudged your grandma and said, Grandma, I think you're in the wrong bed.
Right. But that would have invited way more.
That's
awkward.
Like the text.
You're right.
Well, that's like sending the text, right?
Right. It's the same thing. So was I petty? Was she petty?
No, I think you guys are prudent. I think what I would do, given that it's a service appointment and you have those like twice a year, I think I would just keep ignoring the emails. Look, right. I don't think I would cancel, but I could.
The difference between her story and my story is I'm not going to sleep with my Nana. Like she didn't have to do this. Like
what size bed was it?
King size bed.
Oh, you could sleep with your Nana in the king size bed. You think you're too cool to sleep in the bed with your Nana?
Well, if she doesn't know what room she's in, what's to say the next thing that can happen? Who knows what she thinks is going on in there, you know? Grandpa. I guess you wouldn't call me Grandpa.
Right.
Irving.
It was a king size bed. You could have just, slept probably through the night. Did you hear her come in?
How weird would that have been? The next morning, my parents like, why are you both coming downstairs? You didn't say anything? I don't know. I think I'm happy with the move I made.
Okay. No regrets. No regrets.
No regrets. Let's do another email.
All right. Let's do it. I'll read it. Hi, Jordana, Ronnie, and Jared.
Hello.
Hello. Ronnie says hello. Subscriber here. My fiance and I love the pod. We've got something that we need your advice on. A couple months ago, we had a young couple move in upstairs. We live in a pretty old duplex, so the floors and walls are thin. We've had many other couples live above us before and haven't experienced anything like this. Whenever they have sex, we can hear and feel everything in vivid detail. Attached video if you'd like to watch. Should we
yes.
Should we watch?
Can't wait to watch this couple fuck.
Let's watch before I finish the email.
Yeah. Oh, here it is. Got good rhythm.
I think the issue is that they need a more stable bed. It sounds like it's the bed that's moving more than like, you know what I mean? Like when the bed sounds like rickety. I think you need like a.
It sounds like they're on a trampoline. Right. Doesn't it?
Did the apartment come furnished? Maybe she should offer to pay for a new base. Anyway, I'll finish the email.
Okay.
It shakes our ceiling fan. I didn't see any shaking of the ceiling fan. Windows, and we've even had some pots and pans start moving. We've tried to manage by turning up the TV, but it's getting to be a lot. I'm all for them having a healthy sex life, but how do I nicely tell them that we hear and feel everything? Any suggestions on how they can remedy this? We say hi occasionally in the hall and have exchanged numbers, but don't talk beyond that. Sincerely, scared my ceiling might collapse.
So I think this is a great email. I also think there's something in this email that like kind of tells you where we are as a society, not to get too deep on this.
Let's hear it.
The fact that she says, I'm all for them having a healthy sex life. Like the defense we go to before, like, so that one person can't be like, you can't have sex. Like, who are we defending ourselves against? Right. Like the most idiotic, stupid person in the world, like the most like irrational person ever. Like I you know what I mean?
Right. Everyone's speaking to the craziest commenter.
Right. And it's like, no,
we don't need to acknowledge that person. Yeah.
Right. I would never read this email and be like, oh, you don't like a healthy sex life, huh? Why don't you just let them make as much noise as they want? They can go through your ceiling. They can fall through the ceiling, start fucking in your bed. I'm pro-sex. Are you anti-sex? What are you? You know, like it's just such a crazy, right. Loser. Yeah. So, all right. So what do you think?
I think this is a pretty easy solution. Right. I think you either text them or put a note under their door. You don't say, I hear you having sex. You say, hey, I've been noticing some like loud noises around this time a few times. It's like, I don't know if maybe it's like if there's a better rug that you could get or something like that. But if you could just, it's starting to like move some of our furniture or whatever it is. I wouldn't mention what it is. I would just say, I heard noise. Let them put it together.
Every night around 10:15. Are you guys fucking? Yeah, like I
just say like there's like it's kind of loud in your apartment. Yeah.
Note under the door is the move. You don't even have to text.
They don't have to answer. Right.
Right. Just like, hey, and it's got to be like, hey, we're hearing a lot of bumps in the night. It sounds like something's going, you know, just letting you know there it's pretty, we can hear through the ceiling. Like just, I wrote a couple notes they could write.
Let's hear it.
Can I share them with you?
Yes, of course.
Okay. We can hear you banging. We masturbate to it nightly. Thanks for the new kink.
That would probably work the best.
Right. That would
get them to stop. Yeah.
Hey, just a polite note to say we can hear you guys make sweet love. Congrats on the fun. But if you could try your best to keep it down, we'd really appreciate it. We're stuck in a sexless marriage because we're in that weird spot where we're too poor to get divorced, but rich enough to order out every night. Thanks.
That would be, I don't know if that would get them to stop, but it would get them to look at you weirdly in the hallway.
Okay. I got some more options.
Let's hear it.
We get it. You like to fuck. Whoop-de-doo. Some of us have work in the morning and an overactive bladder, so long sexual adventures aren't possible. Can you please keep it down?
I think they'd have sex louder after that one.
Okay. Okay, I got more. You ready?
Yeah.
I come quickly, and you're making me insecure. Please fuck less so I can feel like a man again.
Okay.
Okay.
Signed and you're not even signing it. Just anonymous.
I got more. Need a couple who's willing to learn. Go.
That also might help.
All right. I also run to the bathroom like an elephant, but I've learned to walk softer. Please think of the people underneath you.
Please think of the people underneath you is a nice little double entendre.
It's very right. It's very old person too.
Yes.
Think of those beneath you.
Yeah. What would you think if you got a letter under your door?
I've gotten a letter.
About your podcasting. About your podcasting?
My podcast. I was loudly podcasting and I got a letter that was like very written angrily. Like it was definitely had like tone to the letter. Like I got to find it. I don't know how to find it in my photos.
I hate when they're angry.
I used to read it on stage.
I think a second letter can be angry. If you do a first letter and then it continues, second letter can be angry. First letter should be like, apologetic.
Here's a good one. I have a more apologetic. When she's underneath you, think of the couple that's underneath her. Soft reminder to quiet down a bit during the lovemaking. Please and thanks.
There you go.
That's pretty good. I got one more, okay?
Is it possible that it's not sex?
It really does sound like, we'll play it on.
I don't know what else it would be.
It sounds like a trampoline. But
his
rhythm.
Maybe they have a trampoline. A mini trampoline. I have a mini trampoline that I work out on.
You do?
Yeah, I have a mini trampoline. You can do like certain like exercises on it. I don't think that's what it is.
Like that. Okay.
It could be.
I got one more.
All right, let's hear it.
Hey, Johnny Longcock and Teflon Pussy, quiet down. This couple who is too chubby to touch one another after dinner needs our rest so we can wake up for another unfuckable day.
That would probably work. Would you like that if you got that one about your podcasting? If you got which one do you think would work the best on you?
Hey, loud Jew, shut your fucking mouth. Yeah, that would get me to like do a whole podcast series on it.
Right. Yeah, I think the catch more flies with honey.
Yes. Nice note. Sorry if not. A lot of like, hey.
Yeah.
I think that's the way to go.
I think go with just loud noises. Let them put it together.
Yeah. All right, let's play some games. You ready?
All right.
UUP@betches.com. Red flag deal breaker. It's the game. Crisscrossing the country. You dating someone, one thing happens. Is it a red flag or is it a deal breaker? You ready?
I'm ready.
J&J, longtime listener of You Up and J-Train. Jared, missed you here in Phoenix last time. We'll have to catch you on the next one. Well, I'll be in Tempe, or Tempe, as Jordana calls it.
Tampa with an E.
Tampa, Florida?
Yeah.
I'll get right into it. I, 30 female, just matched with a guy on Hinge and had the following conversation. This was an immediate deal breaker for me, but I had to share. I had to laugh because as dog owner, animal lover, I have birds, horses, snakes, etc., you name it. Does she have them or she just likes those animals?
I don't know. She says dog owner.
She wrote, this was an immediate deal breaker for me, but I had to share. I had to laugh because as a dog owner / animal lover, birds, horses, snakes, etc.
I think she loves those animals. I don't think she owns all those animals.
That's a bizarre way to explain. I like this email.
Weird sentence structure.
Well, I don't need to, if you say I like animals, I'm just going to assume you like animals. I don't need to, I even like snakes. Oh, okay, thanks. I'm not easily grossed out or put off. So if anyone could handle some weird pet care, it'd be me. Screenshots attached. He has a bearded dragon and it's wearing a crown in one of his pics. So a bearded dragon is like an iguana.
Yeah, that's what it looks like to me. Okay.
So red flag or deal breaker. Let's read the text. I'll be him. You ready?
Okay.
Aw, you seem so fun. Have you been on any fun adventures or learned anything new about yourself lately? That's a deal breaker for me. I right away.
Yeah, that question
message,
sucks.
I'm out.
Same. Yeah, that's worse. That's worse than anything that's coming after this.
Right. What are you, Miss Rachel? What the hell is this?
Have you been on any fun adventures? That's crazy.
Fuck off.
In our day, they'd call her Miss. It was more of a Miss Frizzle thing to say.
Very frizzle.
Yeah. Yes. Thank you. I'd say the same, especially considering the bearded dragon with a crown.
Well, what can I say? He's my little king, but I'm a mere servant who brings him food. LOL. Yeah, I don't even keep him in the tank. He just roams freely around the apartment.
Huh? What? And then like the eyes emojis, like the what would you call that? Like if you're looking on YouTube, yeah, like a
really eyes.
Like weird stare emoji. Yeah.
I'm staring at you. Yeah.
Yeah. Side eye emoji. Side eye. Thank you. So where does he go potty?
LMAO. Typically on the floor. But hey, nothing that a good scoop and a mop won't fix. Shrugging emoji. So red flag or deal breaker, you're dating someone who lets their pet have accidents in the house and is pretty casual about it. What do you think, Jordana?
I think I wouldn't be into someone even owning this pet. Everything about this is a deal breaker to me. I don't want someone with like an iguana. It's just not as adult male with an iguana. It's not my thing. The first message also a deal. I don't know. Like the going on the floor is almost the least of his issues.
Pet iguana is such a personality. It's like a spit take. It's a personality, right? It is a lot to explain. You'd have to that is like the belly button ring of pets
for men.
Not to ignite another firestorm. Yeah,
or
for
women,
men,
I guess.
To have
women.
Or women, yeah. To have an iguana, I'd be like, how did this happen? Like I will say this, letting it go on the floor, like I was trying to think of like a more relatable pet. When I date a woman who has a dog who does pee pads, I think pee pad woman is a personality too.
Yeah. I mean, at least there's like a spot for them. I guess, I don't know. People have little dogs. I never did that shit.
I've never met or dated a woman who has a dog that uses a pee pad that is seemingly a good dog owner.
Okay.
Every woman I've ever dated who has a dog that uses a pee pad, they should not have a dog. They did not think of what this dog was going to do to their lives. They did not think of like, oh my God, I can't go to dinner with friends. I have to do stuff with the dog. It feels like the dog was bought as like they would buy a purse on a whim. It was something to hug, and it was like something to hug that wouldn't disagree with them ever, that would lick them no matter what. I don't feel this way about the bigger dogs. And people will say, they'll make me into the bad guy. They'll go, oh, you hate dogs. I don't hate dogs. I have just noticed a correlation between woman who lets dog pee on the pad and woman who shouldn't have a dog.
That's fair. I'm with you. A guy who has a dog who pees on the pad, not into that either. Or
right,
this
you
guy.
wouldn't like that? You wouldn't like that, right?
No. I wouldn't like
a
guy
dog uses the pad.
I wouldn't like a guy with a little dog. It would just be weird to me.
Right.
Sorry.
My buddy has like 2 kids and a wife, he's married with kids.
Yeah.
And the family
embarrassing.
got a cat. Yeah, it's
Sorry,
gross. It's fucking weird. The family got a cat, and I told my dad, I go, yeah, Mike got a cat. And my dad immediately goes, that is fucking weird. I was like, he's got kids. It's a cat.
I'm kind of with your dad. I'm not a cat person. Yeah. Cats
even
are,
with a family. He's got 2 kids.
Cats shit in your house too. Litter, but there's a box you have to change.
Right. I know. The cat makes. I've always been pro cat owner more than I've been pro dog owner when it came to like single women.
Okay.
Just because it felt like a more realistic relationship, and the way love is given by a cat feels more real.
It's not unconditional.
Right. It's a little more serious. So, but that's my
all right. So opinion. red flag or deal breaker for you?
Deal breaker.
Deal breaker. The whole conversation.
Also, it's a crazy thing for him to say. Nothing a good scoop and a mop won't fix. He's taking out a mop every time. What is he, a janitor?
Yeah.
That's not a way to live. Yeah.
All right.
Let's do another.
Hey, J&J, longtime listener here with a red flag or deal breaker where I'm the problem. Love it. I matched with this guy on Bumble and we got on the topic of Etsy witches. One of the trending tops of one of the trending topics on my TikTok. And I asked if I was allowed to pay an Etsy witch to curse him, to which he said yes and sent me his birth info. See text attached.
Want to go to the
Should we read the text? Yeah, let's do it.
Yeah.
All right. I'll be her. You be him. I'll get you somehow. Maybe hire an Etsy witch or something.
What's the Etsy witch going to do?
Nothing you have to worry about. On a totally unrelated note, what's your birth date and time?
So then he gives his birth date and time. Would you know your birth time?
I do know my birth time, but I think it's weird that I know it.
Okay. I wouldn't know it.
You don't know it?
No.
Does your mom know it?
She couldn't even find a picture of me playing football. It turned into like a whole argument. So probably not.
All right. Yeah, you're way too trusting with that, LOL. What if I decide to curse you now that I have that info?
Meh, I trust you. Don't think you do it for no reason. Matter of fact, can you lift any curses I might have accumulated over time? Please, smiley face.
Damn, this birth chart makes me feel better about my own.
LMAO. What's it say?
I should definitely curse you. Might cancel out like PEMDAS.
LMFAO. That bad, huh?
Solid B+. Okay, it's a lot of like vagueness in this post. You know when you get like too far into a joke and then you're like, what the fuck are we even talking about? It kind of feels like, you get like so granular that I'm just kind of like, how did we get here? Can we just be normal? Can we go back to just like I get not wanting to do the like, how was your weekend thing, but you don't have to go the complete other way.
By the way, you don't have like enough about this PEMDAS shit. Are you looking for a relationship?
What's going on? Yeah. He ended up asking me on a date later in the day and then ghosted me before he sent details. I have a feeling the reason that he ghosted me was because the day before I thought he had ghosted me, he didn't respond for 24 hours. So I just called it a loss and deleted his number and unmatched on Bumble. He ended up texting me a few hours after unmatching and we texted throughout the day. And that's when he asked me out. Either he never planned on going through with the date or he saw that I unmatched and was turned off. Either way, I can see how I am the problem and TBH, don't really blame him for ghosting if it was the latter. So red flag or deal breaker, she unmatches you after you asked her out. And bonus, she pays an Etsy witch to get back at you after ghosting. Technically, I have permission. All the love, a witchy betch in therapy.
The Etsy wish conversation, let's kind of like get that out of the way. Like to me, that's like fun banter. I don't think it's like I don't know.
I don't think one has to do with the other.
Right. His just general attitude over text to me, like he's kind of the deal breaker. Like just like he's like he feels very much like he doesn't give a shit no matter what happens here. So like the idea that he unmatched you or that, that ghosted you, I'm not sure that has much to do with your unmatching him, but like, I will say if I got unmatched on the app, there's like a thing where it's like sometimes people, if someone was so offended by how I'm acting on the apps that they unmatch me and then I find that out after I texted them, it would play into me not wanting to go on that date.
So you're saying like that you understand her position.
I understand her position, but I also understand his. Like, I guess, like, if someone unmatched me and then I, like, if I text someone, then I find out they had unmatched me, I would feel that they were too emotionally affected by online dating and
you think they hear too much?
Yeah. The early stages of online dating has affected them too much for me to feel like this will be fun and carefree and loose.
Interesting. Okay.
So again, the email was a bit confusing.
It's not like you're like, oh, she doesn't like me, so I'm not going to text her.
No, it's like,
you're like, she likes me too much.
Right. That's how I thought about it. I was like, she's too down the rabbit hole of thought on what this is. Like, I'm not saying he was like a great participant.
The ego of a man is so much that like any sort of rejection indicator you're taking as the person liking you too much.
Yes. Unmatching me, like you were so mad at me for not getting back to you sooner that you had to unmatch me to get me off of your radar so you didn't have to think about it anymore to like reorganize your life. In my mind, that's just like, it's too much. I want it to be casual. We're supposed to just get a drink from here. Yeah. It's funny. I definitely didn't see it any other way.
Yeah, like if it was me, I'd be like, oh, they don't like me. They unmatched me. They don't want to see me. You're like, no, they're obsessed with me.
They're obsessed. They were so, to me, the only reason to unmatch someone is like, oh, I can't handle seeing this person's info in front of me.
Right. I mean, you can always unmatch if you didn't wind up going on the date. It does seem a little premature to unmatch like immediately.
Right. And you're already like kind of like being a little bit, with the Etsy wish, I'm going to curse on you. If you do something wrong, you're already, I don't know. We've gone down the road of like, I'm the asshole already before we've even gone out.
Yeah, I agree.
What would you think?
I think I would still, if I were him, I would still go on the date with the unmatching. I just feel like there's so many reasons people unmatch now. If I had their number, I wouldn't stop me from going on the date. The Etsy witch thing is like almost just to me reads like very young, immature daters.
Right. It's like the dumbest conversation.
The way he's responding, the way she's saying it, it's like very much like who's the funniest person in the chat. Blah,
right.
blah, blah. Like you can't be like all sarcasm in the conversation.
It's a lot of dick swinging. I agree.
Yeah. All right, let's do one more. All right.
On his Hinge profile, he said he's 42, then sends me a message a few hours before our date saying that he's actually 47 and didn't want to get trapped in a filter. It was a deal breaker for me. Once a liar, always a liar. What do you think?
All right, let's read these texts.
Oh, well, let's read it.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Okay. Perfect. Winnie and I will see you then. Smiley face.
Looking forward to it. Hey, just want to confirm you saw my match note when you liked my photo, given I was rewriting it around the time we first connected. This is it. And then he copies and pastes it. I'm 47, but often mistaken for late 30. Just didn't want to get trapped in a filter. That note was supposed to appear immediately after you liked my pic. Okay, so you like someone's pic, and then the note comes up to let you know one last thing.
Okay.
Which is his last thing.
Which was, I was lying.
I look 30, but I'm actually 47, but it says I'm 45 or whatever it was. Okay.
Yeah. No, I didn't get that note. Honestly, I feel a little misled by that. I don't like starting off on a lie, and now I am in a weird headspace. I think it would be best to cancel tonight, but good luck with everything. I agree with her, and I'm out. It's like almost like the contents of the note, which are more of like the turn off than the actual thing. Like if it was somehow like I'm 47, but it doesn't matter because I look like I'm in my late 30s. Like that's just assuming that's the issue with like being in your late 30s. Also, like it said his thing says he was 42. He's not trying to get trapped into it. Who's filtering to 43? Like
this is the thing.
Just feels like bullshit to me and like annoying.
You know when you hear like stories about like religions and how they start, or like, tribes that like believed that, an earthquake meant it was God speaking to them. Like these, like, I just made that up. I mean, I'm just saying like, you know what I'm talking about? Like, like tribal days, they would like hear the leaves moving and that must be a god, and they make up a story for it to explain it. And I think a lot of people do that with algorithms and dating apps and technology now, where it's like they create a story to make themselves feel better instead of the reality, which is probably the most like obvious answer, which is not as many women want to match with you because you're 47.
Right. That's what he would be saying. I would almost respect that more if he was like, I'm 47. I get frustrated because no one wants to match with me because I'm older and I'm interested in younger women. And so that's why I put it. If you're still, I know it's weird. It's kind of deceptive. If you're still interested, I'd still like to go out. I'd almost like be more likely to go out then.
Right. You're going to lose people still, but like it's more respectable to be like, I date 30-year-olds and I won't go above that age. And that's why I changed my age to 42, because it's more likely, in my belief, to get more matches with 30-year-olds that way. And it's like that would instead of, oh, the filter, I got to make sure that anytime someone brings up the algorithm on dating apps, I believe that person is out of their mind. That person is lost as a dater. That person's too miserable to date. They should delete the apps. They should don't pass go. You have gone. They honestly, the minute you say the word algorithm in respects to a dating app, a chute should open up beneath you and you should drop into a therapist chair.
Love
because it is I hear this all the time. Oh, they're hiding the good matches from me. No one cares. No, you're just not that hot. You're just not that desirable. Your profile probably sucks. The lighting's bad. There's 17 other answers other than the good ones are being hidden by father algorithm in the sky. Like, this guy to me is so fucked that he should really just get off the apps more than anything. Like,
I agree. And I just think I would also get rid of anyone who was lying on the apps. Even if there was like immediately telling me, I think he thinks it's like fine because his foot's in the door and then he's telling her immediately. But yeah, I don't like it. Also, I'll be the judge if you look like you're in your late 30s or not. That's completely subjective.
Self-proclaimed. I look 30, but I'm 42, 47. Get out of here. Yeah, I'm with you. This guy, deal breaker for me.
Same.
Also, on the apps, and this goes back to the original conversation of this podcast 17 hours ago, the minute you start doing I know it's supposed to be this way, but I'm going to do it this way, is the moment you lose credibility in this whole thing. We think you're a scammer. Like, it should be so easy on the apps. It should be so easy. A couple rallies it's a ping pong rally, and then, hey, are you free Thursday? That's all it should be. And you should go, wow, that was so much easier than the others, because that's how it should be. So, and if it's not, you're chasing a ghost. So
yes, there's something wrong.
We solved dating again.
We did it.
Yes.
We'll be back on Friday with our 8-year anniversary episode.
That's right. Boom.